All right, everybody. A very good morning to all of you. It is very quiet session so far today, with not much going on across the markets. From a macro point of view, there isn't much that going to get released. We do have we do have had S&P 20 years house price index, which did not give us anything new on the table. From a US side, we also having a conference board, a consumer confidence, and the main event we're gonna have is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be FOMC meeting minutes. Other than that, we have an official cash rate coming out from New Zealand, and the currently market expectation is that they're gonna go 75 basis point cuts, which seems very unlikely. Uh, Going for 50 basis point is more wise option for them, as the data and from a timing point of view, it is reasonable for go 50 basis point, but anyway, the market is currently pricing around 60 basis points of cut. uh, with all let's start with the sentiment video. Sentiment is pretty much mix or snoozer across the board, with CAD being the weakest and yen being the weakest. I will touch on that in a second. We do have had comments yesterday coming out from Donald Trump saying that he would impose on an additional 10% tariffs on China and 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, which eventually pushed Canadian dollar lower across the board, which is currently trading now negative 6%. And if we just go to the pair, we can see that there was an initial move upside. I think it was 80 pip. Oh, it's more than that. It's around about 1.2% move we have seen after that comment. So okay, yeah. So yen is being the strongest, and the reason is not clear. All I can see on my screen is that we have just news coming out from Ukraine that reportedly hit Russia with US made twice ATACMS, that is a long range missiles. They have launched it in the middle of the Russia, which eventually hit it, and the Russian Defense Ministry is preparing a retaliatory measures. So with that, I think that's the reason why the yen is getting pushed higher, with that geopolitical tension still getting soared. Uh, Moving to the equities are pretty much snoozer, as Nasdaq and S&P 500 just rose 0.3% yesterday, while China stock indices lost almost about 0.4 or 5%, with the news came out from US side that 10% tariff is gonna get imposed as Donald Trump get into the White House. Other than that, it's very quiet in the equity side. If we move to the commodity section, energy sector is being getting pushed higher. After that, there was a bunch of news coming out from from Israel and Hezbollah, and there was a possibility that there is going to be a ceasefire that will take place for next 2 months. However, there has been another comment which totally goes opposite to it, and there was that even though there is gonna be agreement on ceasefire, still it doesn't mean that it's gonna end the war. So that was something that pushed the energy sector again to the upside. Precious metal is also gaining with the Ukraine and Russia tensions still looming, with the geopolitical tensions from a Middle East side. Um Other than that, there isn't much to look for. US Treasury continue to push lower as 2-year USD fell 10.6 basis points, and 10-year yields fell 12.7 basis points. This all appears to be related to the news we got in this news feed yesterday about the picking of Scott Bessent to be the next Treasury Secretary, which seems that markets have received well, and since then the US treasuries continue to push lower, and I think the 10-year yield is currently trading at 4.93%, and before the news it was 4.4%. So Scott has been seen as a very friendly for the markets. That's the reason why we had seen a nice push higher in the equities, and we have seen some downside in dollar because of the tariff situation is not very friendly with the tariff about getting implemented across the globe. Anyway, with that, it is a very much snoozer and a quiet session so far with the month end and quarter end. Not the quarter end. It's almost a month end, and the flows can be tricky and volatile, which something we don't know how to trade, to be honest. So it is sometime just like today going to be wise that we should sit on sidelines and wait for clear catalysts to jump on the screens, and can get decent moves out of those news, and also with the Trump getting into the White House, just be careful that with his tweets there can be a huge volatility we can see across the board. So those who don't very much careful, very much known to the high volatility, just be careful with that. And with that being said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know.